what is its current and voltage equations, everything. Okay. In this type of motor, the series field winding is connected in series with the armature winding, and the supply is as shown in figure dot A. So as the name tells us here, this is DC series motor. DC series motor means what? Field winding of the DC motor, it will be connected in series with the armature winding. So armature winding will be housed inside this motor. Okay, armature winding will be housed inside this motor, and this armature winding, it will be connected in series with the field winding. If that is the case, then that type of the motor, it is called as what?
Series
it is
motor.
called as
Series
it is called as
motor.
Very good. It is called as series motor. Now, this is the circuit diagram for the series motor. So here, this is the given DC series motor, and this is the field winding. Now you need to label all the parts of the DC series motor. This motor, it is connected with some load. It is connected to certain load here via the shaft. This is the shaft, this is the load, and this is the motor. So always remember, this is the symbol for the motor, and you need to write M. M indicates it is a motor, and this armature winding will be inside this section. So, and that armature winding, it will be having its own resistance called as armature resistance, represented by the letters RA. RA stands for armature resistance. And as I told you yesterday in the class, that if it is a motor, then direction of the armature current will be inside the machine. It will be inside the machine. That is, here armature current is entering in the sense electrical input. That is the meaning. So armature current direction is inward, and the field winding, it is having its own resistance represented by RSC, and it will be carrying the current ISC, and this is the load current IL, and this is the supply voltage, which is DC in nature. So it is represented by the symbol plus minus. Plus minus shows it is DC supply voltage. And here, as the motor is DC in nature, DC series in nature, so the current equation for this will be IL equal to ISC equal to IA, because all they are in the same direction, and that too they are connected in series. Yes or no? So current equation for this DC series motor is IL equal to ISC equal to IA. Okay, now let us see the remaining explanation for this DC series motor. Okay, let RSC be the resistance of the series field winding. So this is the RSC. It is the resistance of the series field winding. The value of RSC is very small, and it is made up of small number of turns. So the value of RSC is very small in quantity. It will be having very less ohmic value, and it will be having very small number of turns. These turns will be very small, but you can see that small number of turns having large cross-sectional area. So the characteristics of this field winding is what? It is characterized by very few number of turns, but those turns, they are having large cross-sectional area. It will be having large cross-sectional area. Why? Because here it is going to carry large current. In order to withstand that large current, it should have, what is that? Large cross-sectional area. That is the reason why we are giving large cross-sectional area for the series field winding. But the same, it will not be there for the next DC shunt motor. Now let us see the thing of what is that. You can see the characteristics of the DC shunt motor in the further section. Okay, now after drawing the circuit diagram and after explaining for the field winding everything, then we should write the voltage and current equations. So that is nothing but voltage and current relationship. All these equations you are supposed to write. So IL. So what is this IL?
Load
Can
current.
anybody? It is nothing but the load current or the current drawn from the supply. Current drawn from the supply. Then IL is equal to total current drawn from the supply. That is, as the motor is series in nature, so here we are writing IL equal to ISC is equal to IA. That is, IL equal to ISC is equal to IA. Then coming to the next voltage equation. So this is the current equation or current relationship. Now let us see the voltage relationship. So here, this is the supply voltage V. This is the supply voltage V if you take, So if this is supply voltage V, then you apply KVL, and here this armature, it will be having the back EMF EB, and I told you that back EMF EB as per the Lentz's law, and because of the generating action, the back EMF EB is always opposing to the supply voltage as per the Lentz's law. So now just to apply the KVL to this loop. So supply voltage V, this is the source. V is equal to opposing voltage or back EMF EB is equal EB plus IaRa, drop because of IaRa and drop because of Ia into RSC. Then if it is having certain brush drop, then you can write it as V brush. So totally I can say that V is equal to what? The same equation. V is equal to EB, this thing, then IaRa, drop because of armature resistance, that is IaRa, then drop because of the series field winding, that is ISC into RSC. If it is having brush voltage drop is very large, then you can mention the V brush. But if it is small, you can neglect it. That is the meaning. Okay. Then you can see that further it can, this same equation can be modified now. V is equal to EB plus Ia into Ra plus RSC plus V brush. You can see that Ia is treated as ISC, yes or no? Ia and ISC both are same. In that case, I can replace this ISC by Ia. Then the equation becomes Ia into Ra plus RSC plus V brush. Okay. Note, in series motor, entire armature current is passing through the series field winding. So flux produced is proportional to the armature current. So here we know that series field winding current is what here? What is the current that is carried by the series field winding? ISC. Very good. And which winding gives us the main required flux for us? Flux, important flux. Important flux is given for us by whom? By which winding?
Current.
Armature. This is pi SC, not armature current. Field winding. Field means what? You want more amount of the flux, more amount of the magnetic field. Try to understand. More amount of the magnetic field, it is given for the motor operation by the field winding. And that flux is nothing but the pi SC. And this flux, it is dependent on or directly proportional to the current ISC. If we want to get more flux, then we want more pi SC. And this pi SC is directly proportional to the current that is flowing through the field winding. That is, pi SC is directly proportional to ISC. Always remember, flux means field winding flux. And that field winding flux is directly proportional to the field current. That is the meaning. V is equal to EB plus Ia into Ra plus RSC plus V brush. Okay. Now, as I told you, pi is directly proportional to ISC, but ISC is equal to what?
Pi.
So what is ISC value here? If you check this current equation, ISC is equal to IA.
Okay. V minus EB divided by Ra plus RSC.
No. I am asking simply current equation. If you so check this armature, what is that circuit diagram? Armature current is equal to ISC because it is series in nature. So IL is equal to ISC is equal to I, and I told you that this series field current gives us the important working flux. So here I will write that required useful flux ISC that is given to the field winding is directly proportional to the field current ISC. Once again, this ISC is equal to IA means I can say that ISC is directly proportional to IA for series motor. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
Because IA is equal to ISC means ISC is directly proportional to IA, because this ISC it is going to give us the important working flux. So I can say that the flux is given by the two currents now. The one current is as usual field winding current, along with that armature winding current, that is IA. This is the flux equation for the series motor. So all these equations you need to write it. This is the current equation, this is current equation, and this is voltage equation, and this is flux equation. These equations you need to write it. Then moving to the DC shunt motor now. So as the name says, DC shunt fashion means here field winding, it will be connected in parallel with the which winding?
Armature winding.
Armature winding. Very good. Now let us see the explanation for DC shunt motor. In DC shunt motor, the field winding RSH, that is, this is a field winding. It is connected across the armature winding. Across means parallel. This is the armature winding and this is the field winding. Both are connected in parallel fashion. And the combination is connected across the supply. And both these windings, they are energized with the DC supply, plus minus. Okay, as shown in the figure dot B. So this is figure dot B. And now, let RSH be the resistance of the shunt field winding. So what is this RSH? This is the resistance of the field winding. RA be the resistance of the armature winding. So RA, here you will be having RA. RA will be the resistance of the armature winding, which will be housed inside this motor, and RSH is the resistance of the field winding, and V is the applied input voltage. Okay, and this will be your IL. If you want, you can consider this total load current or current that is taken from the power supply is IL. Okay, RA be the resistance of the armature winding. Now, in the previous case, we have seen that the value for DC series motor, the characteristics of the winding is how the value of RAC is very small. It is characterized by less number of turns, but its cross-sectional area is very large. Yes or no? The value of RAC is very small and it is made up of small number of turns with large cross-sectional area. So this is the characteristics of the series field winding. In the same manner, now let us see the characteristics of the DC shunt field winding. The value of RA is very small. So the value of the armature resistance is very small, while RSH is quite large. So the value of the RSH is very large, but whereas RAC is very small, but RSH is very large. Hence, shunt field winding has more number of turns. Since it is having more resistance, because of that, it will be having more number of turns. Whereas series motor, it is field winding is having less number of turns, characterized by large cross-sectional area. Whereas this field DC shunt motor, it is having that too field winding, it is having large RSH value in comparison with the armature resistance. Along with that, it will be having large number of turns. Hence, shunt field winding has more number of turns with less cross-sectional area. It is having more number of turns, but its cross-sectional area is very small. Because if it is having large resistance, what will be the current carrying capacity? Automatically, current carrying capacity will be very small. If it is carrying less amount of the current, then automatically we can reduce the cross-sectional area. This is the design part of the machine. Okay. Now let us see the current and voltage equations or relationship. Voltage across the armature and field winding is same, equal to the supply voltage V. So here voltage across the, because armature winding and field winding, how they are connected? Are they connected in series or in parallel?
Parallel.
Okay, very good. Since they are connected in parallel, means voltage in the parallel circuits will be same as that of the supply voltage. So voltage of the armature winding, voltage across the field winding, it will be same as that of the applied or supply voltage V. That is the meaning. Now, voltage across armature and field winding is same, equal to the supply voltage V. Total current drawn from the supply is denoted as IL. As I told you, this is the total current IL which is drawn from the supply. Okay. Then, what is this IL if you apply? What is that? KCL. This is total load current IL, and this is armature current, and this is the field winding current. So now you tell me, just to apply the KCL at this point and tell me what is current equation IL. In the earlier case, IL equal to IA equal to ISC, it was there in the case of DC series motor, but now current equation in the case of the DC shunt motor as per the KCL law, What it will be now? IL is equal to
IA plus
IA plus ISH.
IA plus ISH. IA plus ISH.
IL will very good. IL will be equal to IA plus ISH. So this is the current equation for DC shunt motor. Now similarly, what will be the value of shunt field current ISH? ISH is equal to what? If you consider voltage and field winding resistance, ISH is equal to
V by RSH.
V by RSH. Very, very good. So shunt field current ISH is equal to V divided by RSH. After you just replied to my question, just you can mute your mic because there will be some distance from your end. Okay. So ISH is equal to V by RSH. Similarly, now let us see the current voltage equation. So the next voltage equation you can see here, V is equal to EB plus IARA plus V brush. So here you will be having two loops. This is loop number 1 and this is loop number 2. And in the parallel circuits, whatever voltage it will be there at this end, it will be same at the other end also. Okay, in the parallel circuits. And now EB it will be there in the armature side. So now you just apply the KVL for the first loop. Whatever KVL equation you are going to apply for the first loop, the same voltage will be at the second loop also. So now just I can say that applied voltage V is equal to back EMF voltage VEB plus IARA drop plus drop because of the V brush. So drop because of the brushes. This is the brush. This brush will be having certain resistance. So I can say that V is equal to EB back EMF EB plus IARA drop plus V brush. So this is the voltage equation for DC shunt motor. That is V is equal to EB plus IARA plus V brush. If V brush is small, this can be neglected. V brush is generally neglected. Yes. Do you have any questions? Because here I am getting disturbance from your end. Those who have turned your mic on, just to turn it off. Okay. So if V brush is small, if this V brush is small, this can be neglected. Okay, this can be neglected, and further equation modifies to what? V is equal to EB plus IRA. Okay, then flux produced by the field winding is proportional to the current flowing through it. So as I told you, flux, or important working flux, is directly proportional to the field winding current, that is ISH. It is directly proportional to ISH. So here in this case, check whose mic is on. Okay, so now flux produced by the field winding is proportional to the current flowing through it. It means that the important required flux for us, it will be given by this field winding, that is pi value. And this pi value, which is nothing but the useful or the working flux, this flux, it is dependent on the current flowing through the field winding. What is that? ISH. It will be dependent on the ISH. But see that ISH will be always constant because of the constant supply voltage. Because of that, flux will be always constant for the DC shunt motor, and because of this reason, we say that DC shunt motor is constant flux machine. Why constant flux machine? Is because that you can see the reason here. Flux produced by the field winding is proportional to the current passing through it, that is ISH, that is pi is directly proportional to ISH. Okay, as long as supply voltage is constant, that is input is constant, flux produced is also constant. This flux is also constant. Why? Because ISH is also constant. Hence, DC shunt motor is called as constant flux machine or constant flux motor. In the Viva, we may ask the question, which machine is called as constant flux machine in the case of DC machines? Then your answer should be DC shunt motor. The reason is very simple, because until and unless we maintain supply voltage to be constant, then flux will be constant. If we vary the voltage, then automatically ISH will change. If ISH will change, then flux will change. But usually for the DC shunt motor, we are maintaining constant voltage. If we maintain constant voltage, then automatically ISH will be constant. And since ISH is constant, means we can say that flux is constant. So the characteristics of the DC shunt motor is, it is called as constant flux motor. It is called as constant flux motor. This is very important. This is the important feature of the DC shunt motor. Is it clear, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Yes, so now we have seen two types of the motor. One is a DC series motor and another is DC shunt motor. That is series combination, parallel combination. Now the third classification is what? DC compound motor. Compound motor means what? It is a combination of the series and parallel. That is series and shunt motor. If that is the case, that type of the motor we call it as DC compound motor. Now let us see the circuit diagram. And again, I told you that in the DC compound motor, there will be two types. One is long shunt DC compound motor and there will be short shunt DC compound motor. Let us see how the windings we need to connect for the DC compound motor if it is long shunt and short shunt. Okay. Explanation, let us see here. Compound motor consists of part of the field winding connected in series. So compound motor consists of part of the field winding connected in series and part of the field winding connected in parallel with the armature. So usually what we are doing is that we are dividing the field winding. Usually this is the field winding, right? So this field winding, we are dividing it in two half sections, and that divided into half section winding part of the winding, it will be connected in series with the armature, and it will be connected, part of the field winding, it will be connected in parallel with the armature. If that is the case, then that type of the motor we call it as compound motor. Is it clear? If this is the entire field winding, if you say, if this is the entire field winding F1, this is F1 and this is F2. Okay, so this is the field winding. Now what we are doing here, we are dividing the winding F1 half section, F2 half section. So this half section of the field winding, you are going to connect in series with the armature winding, and the remaining half of the field winding you are going to connect in parallel with the field winding. If that is the case, series and parallel combination, both you will find here. In that case, we say that type of motor as DC compound motor. Simply it is called as DC compound motor. Further, whether you are including this remaining part of the field winding or you are excluding, based on that you will be calling the DC compound motor as long shunt and short shunt. That we can see here. It is further classified as long shunt compound and short shunt compound motor. Okay. Now let us what is the circuit diagram for long shunt compound motor. So this is the circuit diagram for long shunt compound motor, where part of the field winding it is connected in series with the armature winding, and remaining part of the field winding it is connected in parallel with the armature winding. And here you are going to include the remaining part of the winding with this connection. If that is the case, then it is called as long shunt compound motor. In this type, the shunt field winding is connected. Shunt field winding means this portion is connected across the combination of armature and the series field winding. So this complete remaining portion of the field winding, it will be completely connected in parallel with the remaining half of the field winding and the armature winding. If that is the case, then it is called as long shunt compound motor, as shown in figure .C. So this is the figure .C, which represents long shunt compound motor. And then we'll see the labeling of the machine. Let RSC be the resistance of the series field windings. So this is the RSC, which is nothing but resistance of the series field winding. RSH is the resistance of the field winding. What is that? Shunt field winding. And it will be having its own armature resistance RA, and it will be having its own back EMF EB. Okay. All these things you need to represent there. let RSC be the resistance of the series field, RSH be the resistance of the shunt field winding. Total current drawn from the supply is what here? Just you apply the KCL at this point. IL is equal to if you apply KCL at this point, what will be IL equal to? Current at this point, current at the other point. ISC plus ISH. Okay, very good. IL is equal to ISC plus ISH. Similarly, once again, if you apply the DC motor, now from here it can be seen like a DC series motor. So ISC is equal to IA because both are flowing in the same direction. So ISC is equal to IA. And now, since ISC is equal to IA, and now from the first equation, I can replace this ISC by the term what now? This can be replaced by IA. So I can write IL is equal to IA plus ISH because ISC is equal to IA. Okay. Then what is ISH value now? Current flowing through the field winding. ISH is equal to V by RSH. ISH is equal to V by RSH. And if you want to write the voltage equation, here you will be having two loops. This is loop number 1. This is loop number 2. So V is equal to EV plus IA RA plus ISC RSC plus drop because of the brush. Yes, you can see it. V is equal to EV. This is back EMF EV plus drop because of the armature resistance IA RA plus drop because of the series field winding, that is ISC into RSC. Just we are applying for the only one loop because it is connected in the parallel fashion. Then if it is having certain brush drop, then you can represent it as V brush. Okay. Then here, as I told you, it is a ISC is equal to IA, and now you can replace this ISC by the term IA now because ISC is equal to IA. In this case, the equation further modifies to V is equal to EB, IA into RA plus RSC because this ISC is as good as IA. So in that case, IA into RA plus RSC plus V brush. And from the same equation, the other equation for the ISH. One equation for ISH is what? V by RSH. On the same lines, if you consider the first loop, by considering the first loop, if you want to write the equation for the field current, then ISH is equal to what? ISH is equal to EV plus I into RA plus RSC divided by RSH. Why? Because, can you tell me what is the reason for that? Because ISH is equal to V by RSH here. ISH is equal to what? ISH is equal to V by RSH, but what is my V value here? Just we have seen V is given by what? V is equal to first loop KVL. First loop KVL is what? EB plus IARA plus ISC RSC plus V brush. So the value of the numerator part, voltage V, applied voltage V is given by what? EB plus IA into RA plus RSC plus V brush. Substitute the entire equation, then this will be the equation for the field winding current ISH by neglecting V brush. If you neglect value of V brush is small, then you can neglect it. So this is all about long shunt DC compound motor. Then let us see the short shunt compound motor. Short shunt DC compound motor means what? You are going to this entire connection, you are going to bypass it. You are going to exclude it. This entire connection directly you are going to connect to the only armature. So now this part of the shunt field winding, it will be made to bypass. It will be made to exclude the remaining half of the series field winding. If that is the case, then it is called as DC short shunt DC compound motor. Earlier this connection, it was connected here at this point where you have included armature along with the half of the series field winding in parallel. But now this connection, I have taken it and directly we are going to consider only the shunt field winding in parallel with the armature winding. If that is the case, then it is called as short shunt compound motor. In this type, the shunt field winding is connected purely in parallel with the armature, only with the armature, and series field winding is connected in in series with this combination, and this rest for this parallel combination you are going to connect series field winding in series. Entire line current is passing through the series field winding. So now you can see that total power supply, that is V, it is going to give us the total load current IL, and now this IL is directly flowing through the field winding which is having the current ISC. So now in this case I can say that what IL is equal to IL is equal to ISC because it is series in nature. Okay, entire line current is passing through the series field winding, and if you apply KCL at this point, you forget about the series field current here. IL is equal to IA plus, just to apply KCL here. This IL is equal to IA plus ISH. IL is equal to IA plus ISH. Drop across the shunt field winding is to be calculated from the voltage equation. So now, what is the drop across this shunt field winding? This you need to calculate it. So to calculate that one, here it will be having the back EMF EB. It will be having the back EMF EB. And then it will be having, what is that? ISC into RSC. It will be having its own resistance also, armature resistance. We should mention for that. So V is equal to what? Back EMF EB plus ISC into RSC, then plus IA into RA plus V brush. So here drop across this RSH is equal to what? V is equal to back EMF EB plus drop across the series field winding ISC into RSC plus drop across the armature, that is IA into RA plus V brush. So this is what supply voltage. But here, as I told you, ISC is equal to IL. ISC is equal to IL, and in that case, wherever you find the ISC value, this ISC can be replaced by IL from the above equation. So V is equal to EB plus this ISC. Now you can write it as IL into RSC plus IRA V brush. Okay. Drop across the shunt field winding is, now what is the drop across the shunt field winding? V minus IL into RSC. This is applied voltage V minus IL into RSC. IL into RSC. Applied voltage minus voltage across the series field winding. If you take the difference, then you'll be getting drop across the series field, shunt field winding, because they are connected in parallel. Because they are connected in parallel fashion. Okay, and now difference V minus what is that? V minus IL into RSC. So the same thing, if you want to write in the other way, then it will be like EB plus IA into RA plus V brush. So finally, ISH is equal to V by RSH. And then that is V minus IL into RSH. That is equal to, the other form for the V minus IL into RSC is what? This equation. This part you can write it here. So all these are the important voltage current equation followed by the circuit diagram, everything. So all these things you should write it if the question is asked for different types of, what is that? DC motors. Is it clear, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Here,
Yes, sir.
apart-
Yes, sir.
Note point you can see here. Apart from this, compound motor can be classified into two more types. Two more types means what? The other is cumulatively compound motor, and another is differential compound motor. So cumulative compound motor means, as I told you, field winding, it is divided into two sections. Okay, this is the field winding. Then completely these two field winding, it will be divided into two half sections. So now the flux produced by the half of the winding and the flux produced by the remaining half of the winding, if both are getting added, pi 1, suppose this half of the winding is giving us pi 1 flux and this is giving us pi 2 flux. If these two fluxes, they are getting added with each other, then it is called as cumulatively compound. Cumulative means what? Addition. If both the fluxes are helping with each other to get added, then it is called as cumulative compound motor. If they are opposing to each other, then opposing means what? Subtraction. Then that type of the motor we call it as a differential compound motor. Okay, you can see here. If the two field windings are wound in such a manner that the fluxes produced by the two help each other, then the motor is called cumulative. Helping means what? Both fluxes will get added. Then it is called as cumulatively compound motor. Or else if they are opposing, means they are getting subtracted. If the fluxes produced by the two field windings are trying to cancel each other, they are in opposite direction, then the motor is called differential compound motor. Okay. As long as shunt compound motor can be cumulative or differential type, similarly short shunt compound motor can be cumulative or differential type. So here you can see that these compound motors along with the DC short shunt or long shunt type motors, whatever we have seen, you can also find there will be cumulative or differential type of the motor. Cumulative means what? The field winding which is divided to two half section, if the flux is produced by them, if they help with each other to get added, then it is cumulative. Or else if they oppose each other to get to cancel the flux, then it is called as differential type motor. Is it clear, all of you? So this is one of the important question which will be asked for 8 to 10 marks in the final VTU exam. What are the different types of the DC motors? Explain. Then if this is the case, then what you should do? First, you should list the different types of the motors. First, you write the classification: DC series motor, DC shunt motor, DC compound motor, and one by one you explain it. DC series motor, draw its circuit diagram, then write its voltage and current equation, then write the characteristics of series field winding. It is having small RAC value, ohmic value. It will be having less number of turns but large cross-sectional area. Then into the DC shunt motor, draw its what is that? Circuit diagram, write all voltage and current equations, and write the characteristics of the series shunt field winding. It is having large number of turns, small cross-sectional area, and small RSH value. Sorry, large RSH value in comparison with the RA. Then coming to the DC compound motor, there are two types: long shunt and short shunt, and their corresponding voltage and current equations. You should write it. If you write this much, it is sufficient. Is it clear, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The next class we'll discuss other topics related to the DC motors. Okay. Have a good day. But before that, I would like to take your attendance.